Hey guys, welcome to Only on Mondays again. This is Kelly. Today I'm all by myself. I actually got a new microphone, so I'm hoping that this is going to help with some of the just wonky sounding audio problems that we've been having. So let me know how it goes. This is mainly just kind of a test stream, and I just want to jump on here and kind of chit chat with you guys about what's going on with the whole Russia-Ukraine stuff. So please leave your comments down below. Let me know if this audio sounds better. Of course, I'll be listening to it myself, and hopefully being still trying to tweak some things and making it better for you guys. As always, try to hopefully gain a little following here and get the conversation started. So yeah, let me know what you guys think, and I definitely want to know what you guys think about this situation here. So I'm sure this is no secret to anyone what's been going on with the whole Russia-Ukraine situation. It's pretty much the biggest news story to come out since COVID. So if you haven't heard about it, I'm not sure what rock you've been living under, but hey, I'm here to lift up that rock and let's talk about it. So definitely I want to see any feedback you guys have, or any more information that you guys might have that you think is pertinent to the conversation, something that you guys think that would be interesting to share. I'd love to see it. So yeah, let me know what you guys think down below and we'll get started. So I just wanted to basically say about this whole situation is that I think it's okay to just simplify it and just make a stupid woman point. The whole thing is dumb to me. I'm sorry, but like I don't understand why we're getting, well actually okay, I do understand why we're getting involved, but I just don't understand why we're being brought onto the brink of possible like nuclear war, which I thought that would never happen. But I mean, it is a scary prospect, you know? Like what is Biden doing? Like what is, I mean, besides shitting his pants at the Vatican every other time he visits, or besides, you know, just forgetting to take his dementia medication, besides being an all-around turd, I'm just not too sure what he thinks he's doing with this whole narrative that he's pushing. So there's the State of the Union address that was given just the other day, and he basically gave the state of the Ukraine instead of the state of our country. And I thought that was a disgrace in and of itself. But just the way that our media, our government officials, and pretty much everyone is talking about the Ukraine and Russia situation, like A, we have a vested interest, which we really don't, guys, and B, like Ukraine is this awesome, like, oh my gosh, everyone has to stand behind Ukraine, you know, they are you know, so based for like going and fighting Putin's, you know, troops, and like Zelensky is bae, and just all of this like weird narrative. Like Biden literally said in the State of the Union address that we had these like deep ties to Ukraine, and like we had these deep bond, and I'm just like, but bitch, where? Like, because I guarantee you most of our citizenry did not even know what a Ukraine, the country was, where it is, what it was doing, or who this leader Zelensky is, which need I remind you guys, which I don't know if everyone knows this, but this man is a actor. He was playing a role of the president, the Ukrainian president, before he actually became the Ukrainian president. And if you want my opinion, I think he's still playing a role. So I find it quite interesting now that here we are, after Biden has been pretty much bought and sold and bent over a barrel by Ukraine. Okay, let's think back to the Hunter Biden situation. Let's think back to the laptop. Let's think back to Biden pretty much bribing the government of Ukraine by saying that he wanted them to take action against a prosecutor who was looking at his crackhead son, and if they didn't, then he would be withholding aid from Ukraine. And that was publicized. Like, he did that on a public forum. The fact that that's been memory hold is pretty crazy to me. I mean, that's a pretty big deal. And then not only that, but let's not forget that there was a whole color revolution in Ukraine that was brought forth by our government that basically knocked the person that was leading Ukraine out of power and, put into place this Zelensky, who's now, everyone's like man crush Monday. Like he's just all over the place. The girls are drooling, the boys are loving it. They want to be him, the girls want to be on him. So I don't understand really where this is all coming from, besides the corrupt government of the United States. And I just really, it boggles my mind, because we're on the collapse of, we are on the, we're on the brink of total collapse of this entire country. And apparently the troops are already here. I don't know if you guys can hear that, but okay, cool. So anyways, no, but I just think that the way that we're going about this is just putting our country completely at risk. People think that we're a joke. I was reading an article that, the Saudis are now looking into, basically investing more into countries like China and less into our country, which that's a pretty big deal. That's going to basically destabilize us in a big way. And there's moves being made right now that are going to take us out of our top position. And this is dangerous for the United States. This is not only dangerous for our national security, but it's dangerous just for our, our government, our form of government, which everyone says our democracy, which is so cringe and so gay, because we don't have a democracy. We have a republic, and our Constitution is unlike any other that's ever been drafted in the world. And if we were to lose the freedom that has been established in this country, even though it's slowly being chipped away at, it would be devastating. It would be, I don't know if we'd even want to live in this country, if we were to be destabilized, or if we were to be knocked down off of our pedestal. Would it even be like this, same country? I can answer that for sure. No, it wouldn't. And would it be someplace that would be worth living? I'm not too sure. So, all of the propaganda and stuff that's been blasted all over social media in regards to this conflict has been truly disgusting. And it reminds me so much of COVID, y'all. The narrative police and the, panic porn that has been broadcasted all across our media, all across government, political, politicians' personal and government Twitter pages, and just what they've been saying and what I've been seeing on Twitter has been very, very alarming. So I wanted to kind of get into one thread that I was seeing that kind of broke it down. So just to kind of show you guys a little bit, if you haven't already seen, of what the propaganda has been pushed as far as, at least on Twitter. And I want to know, what you guys think. And is this something that, you think our government has basically been behind? Have we been the main reason why this conflict has escalated to the point that it has? Has the conflict even escalated? That's another thing I question. They say that there's all this fighting, all this death, which I'm sure that there is. I don't want to minimize anybody's suffering. War is disgusting. I disavow completely all wars, just because they never end up doing anything for the citizens. They end up harming the citizens more than anything. And that's sick to me, because all of these power-hungry people that are in charge do this for selfish reasons, monetary reasons. They do this for themselves. They don't do this for their people. So to me, yeah, I disavow all war, but I also don't think that, it should be a problem to question what's really going on in Ukraine and whether or not we're being lied to, because we've been lied to for many, many times. Like, not only just with the COVID stuff. Like, our government has perpetuated lies upon lies upon lies against us for decades. So it's only right to question it and to, figure out what's going on. And so that way we can be more equipped to deal with, what might be coming, or hopefully try to stop some of this, tomfoolery, this fuckery that's being perpetuated against us to try to save our country, because it is absolutely worth saving. The American people are absolutely worth it. And I just think that everyone needs to wake up to that reality, the fact that our leaders are not with us, and we have to be fighting for ourselves. So let's go ahead and get into the article that I was reading earlier. So let me pull that up. Okay, so this is a Twitter thread by Michael P. Singer, and it's called "What the Heck is Actually Going On in Ukraine?" So the little picture here shows, obviously, China down here at the bottom, watching from afar as Russia and the USA basically go toe-to-toe, which is kind of perfect. It's kind of fitting. I wish I had kind of put this one on my thumbnail, because it pretty much sums it up perfectly. And China's just waiting in the wings, and this war, all it's doing is pushing China and Russia together, which would be an absolute disaster. I never understood why we as the USA did not take Russia under our wing. Like, why did we not try to make an alliance there? China is the real threat. China is the real communists. They have no religion. At least Putin is a Christian, somewhat. I don't know him personally, so I can't say for sure, but it seems like he's trying to run a theocratic, leadership country, or whatever he's doing over there. It has a Christian element to it. And he has, made that to be known. So to me, China's the issue, and what we're doing now is dangerous because it's pushing China and Russia together. It's pushing Putin right into the arms of little Xi Jinping, Winnie the Pooh, and that's the worst thing that could happen. So this just kind of goes through some of the things that that is people are connecting the dots on Twitter. So this first tweet is just him kind of disavowing what's going on with Russia and Ukraine, which we can all, say that war sucks. Now, I don't think anybody loves war, except for maybe warmongers or Liz Cheney or, some other psychos like that. But that's basically what he's saying with this first tweet. It is gross. I mean, it's like, this didn't have to happen. To me, I blame this kind of all on Biden with his crooked ass and his crackhead son being bought by Ukraine. It's like, basically, they owed Ukraine a favor because of all of the crooked, nasty shit they've been doing in that country. And not to mention all the nasty shit I've been hearing about Ukraine and how corrupt they are. So, I mean, there's more to this story, guys. And so I just think we should all be digging into this. So, okay, so this is a good one. So, the Western national security community appears to have laid a kind of diplomatic ambush against Moscow with serious economic sanctions that have left Russia isolated. It appears to be working better than expected, which to me, this is gross. I've seen that, there's been people, governments basically detaining or seizing Russian oligarchs' private properties, which is stealing. I mean, you can disavow Russia all day. You can think that it's wrong. You can be pro-Ukrainian. You can be Zelensky and see clearly that that's wrong. I mean, the sanctions that were being put on the people of Russia, it's kind of disgusting. I mean, and yet we're still buying oil from Biden's weirdo ass is still buying barrels of oil from Russia, which only enriches Putin. So the corruption is so clear and plain, and it's in broad daylight, but somehow people can't seem to see it. So the sanctions are another form of this war story that we're perpetuating against Russians, and not only U.S. but all countries, a bunch of countries that to me I just find to be kind of appalling. I mean, we're poking the bear. That's exactly what we're doing, is we're poking the Putin bear. And I think that, if there was to be diplomacy had, we're almost past the point of no return at this point with all the shit that we're doing. So, okay, so basically now he's getting into the pro-Ukraine propaganda across all channels. So you'll see this in pretty much every country that I guess is on our side, quote unquote, the pro-Ukraine propaganda. Okay, so this is part of it. So, oh, Lord have mercy. Okay. So we've seen a bunch of these funny Soviet-style propaganda stories, and they've all been disproven. So I'm sure you guys, have y'all heard of Snake Island? Okay, the 13 soldiers on the island, they were supposedly these heroes who fought off the Russians or died on their feet and all this and that, and then come to find out a day or two later it was disproven and they were never heroes, which is fine. I mean, but it's just, why the lies about all this? The ghost of Kiev? Like, why the lies? I don't understand. It just seems a little dishonest. And not only that, but it seems like it makes you less credible, and it makes what you're doing completely illegitimate. So, I mean, I don't understand that aspect of it. Okay, so, and then the cult of personality around Zelensky is another aspect of the Soviet-style propaganda operation. So, yeah, what is the deal with this guy? He was an actor, right? Playing a president who became president after the U.S. meddled in Ukrainian politics. Seems a little weird. And so then they're showing all these pictures of him in army gear. Like, everyone thinks he's such a badass now. Like, oh my God, Zelensky is so awesome. Like, wow, he's fighting for his people. Like, okay, but like, where is he really? Like, is this like, you can fake anything these days. Any footage can be faked. There's deep fakes, there's real fakes, there's fake news. Everything is just flat out a lie, it seems, these days. And people are eating it up like it's catnip. So what's the deal with this guy? Like, Zelensky, I don't trust you. I trust Putin more than I trust this guy, because to me, he's a puppet, in my opinion. And I've heard Ukrainians saying this. I've heard, other people saying they love him. So I need to look more into this guy. I think that, there's more to this story. And I think that, like, all of the, like, hoopla that's going on around this guy is a little sketch. Okay, it's a little sussy to me. So, and then Ukraine has been exaggerating the content of the fighting in their own military exploits, both to encourage their own citizens and to garner more support from the West. So yeah, so Ukraine is basically reporting all these deaths. They said that they've killed all these Russians, they've downed all these planes, destroyed all these tanks, but yet are still calling for more and more aid, are still calling for more and more people to come and fight this war with them. What gives? Like, what is the deal? Why are we exaggerating anything? Why are we lying to our people? Why are we lying about war? This is life or death, quite literally. And the fact that this goes on in modern day society, when everyone already has so many problems and we're all just trying to get by and just trying to live, a free life, we've got this also going on simultaneously. Straight up propaganda, y'all. So, and then Russia, I haven't really been seeing too much from them because, they're just kind of going, full force on this. So it doesn't seem like there's much that Russia really has to say besides, they're pissed and it's on. So I don't know, y'all. So